another. She's a young, beautiful woman, and she had her own business going on. She was specialized into a kid's hair. She opened a boutique for women in her hometown. And at 25, you didn't even get to see your dreams come into fruition fully. But she had an excellent start. And it's like I watched interviews. Everyone's saying she was a super sweet, nice woman. And to me, it's just crazy thinking, what is wrong with you that you're constantly beating on one that said they don't want to fight you?
Yep.
You win.
Yeah. Exactly. You win right there. They already admitted defeat. They already admitted defeat before the fight even started. So now you just move along. Why don't you have the maturity to just move along and go about your life? You have nothing to prove. You already won.
The next topic, still a little sad, but it's like a mystery, right? It's crazy. I know you didn't know. I don't know. I know you don't know too much about it.
I might have seen it on my timeline. Now that you mentioned it, and you were mentioning it earlier, I might have seen it on my timeline, something about it, but I'll let you go into more detail about it.
Yeah. So a young lady, I hope I'm pray to God I'm saying her name right, Shanquella Robertson. It has been reported by the media outlet that Shanquella left for a trip to Cabo with her friends on October 28th, 2022. The group of 7 friends even rented out a villa to celebrate the birthday of a friend. Nearly after 24 hours, the businesswoman was found dead in a Mexico villa. Soon after the news of her death began swirling the internet, in a video that surfaced online, one of her friends named Dejanay Jackson can be seen beating up Shanquella while she was naked in a bedroom. Okay, that's terrible. So that's basically the gist of the issue a lot of people have is, and it's crazy. I don't want to point fingers or blame anybody, but basically, this is the problem with like this generation, our generation for the most part. Instead of recording this, you're recording. In the video, I've seen parts of it. The girl wasn't even fighting back. She wasn't fighting back. She was literally getting the crap beat out of her. It was like a man was beating her up, bro. That's how bad it was. But it was another woman that's beating the crap out of her.
So here's my question: was it over like a long sequence, like it was a long sequence fight, or was it just a one-sided deal?
It was one-sided, bro. The other girl was just beating the crap out of her, literally beating the life out of her. That I didn't finish watching the video. It was terrible. It was very hard to watch.
That's awful.
But my problem is,
go ahead.
I was just, why are you recording this instead of stopping it? Now the internet is blaming. I believe there were 3 men blaming the man for not breaking it up, but there were women there too. Why are we pointing fingers? Why did anybody break it up?
And that's the thing. Just like you said, why are we so focused on like recording things and whenever they happen, as far as like a fight or something like stupid going on? Like your first instinct should be to stop whatever's going on, to keep those people safe. Like, why is it that we're so focused on getting views for something when it comes to potentially hurting someone's life?
Bro, even growing up as a teenager, I am not going to sit there and record a fight. First of all, because I don't want to be an accomplice to anything. I don't want that video on my phone. Second of all, I don't stick around. Growing up where I grew up, I never stuck around for fights because usually a shooting happened right after. So I'm not sticking around. I don't want to sit. If I'm not going to break it up, I'm not going to stick around and be a witness. I'm going to walk away. But I would never sit there and allow a woman to literally get beat to death. Not just a woman. I wouldn't allow anyone to get beat to death. I would have broke that fight up. Like, it's very unnecessary. And for them to be your friends, to let that happen to you. And then this is the part that got me.
Yeah.
Each friend told her mom a different story.
See, there you go. Yep.
Each friend told the mom a different story.
Trying to cover up for the wrong reasons.
Yeah,
that's. I don't understand this.
Telling her mom that she had alcohol poisoning. Okay, if she had alcohol poisoning, why did nobody take her to the hospital? Like you need somebody. You need to take somebody. If somebody has alcohol poisoning, take them to the hospital.
Yeah. This is the thing with covering up as far as like lying like that. Now you're potentially kind of incriminating yourself because you were there, you witnessed something, so that is technically, isn't that evidence tampering? Now that you're lying, and you're caught on.
You're lying, but the thing is that Mexican authorities aren't pressing any charges on the people, so I don't know how this is going to turn out. But this is the part. This is crazy, right? This is reported that so the young lady that was murdered tried to get away from the aggressor, and she responded to the person who asked her to fight back. And Shanquella was saying, "No, I don't want to fight back. I don't want to fight you." But the girl, the young woman or whoever, proceeded to beat her.
Yeah, so that's assault. That's straight up assault right there. Because she denied her the fight, but then she still attacked her, even though she said, "I don't want to fight."
Yeah, and it sucks. It's another. She's a young, beautiful woman. And she had her own business going on. She was specialized in doing kids' hair. She opened a boutique for women in her hometown. And at 25, you didn't even get to see your dreams come into fruition fully. But she had an excellent start. And it's like I watched interviews. Everyone was saying she was a super sweet, nice woman. And to me, it's just crazy thinking, what is wrong with you that you're constantly beating on one that said they don't want to fight you?
Yep.
You win.
Yeah. Exactly. You win right there. They already admitted defeat. They already admitted defeat before the fight even started. So now you just move along. Why don't you have the maturity to just move along and go about your life? You have nothing to prove. You already won.
Dude, it had to be some sort of hatred. It felt like a setup. It felt, and I feel for her mom. I watched an interview with her mother. Her mother said the last kind of phone conversation they had with her was, "Hey mom, I landed. We're going to have a chef come cook for us, blah, blah, blah. But I'm safe." That's the last conversation she had with her mom.
That's so sad. Yeah, that's so sad, man.
So what do you think? Do you think everyone there should get some sort of prison time? Or just the person who beat her to death? Obviously, the person who beat her to death is going to jail. Like yeah.
So a lot of this, as far as like people being present to be able to view what happened or whoever was recording or what have you, is kind of circumstantial because you can't really. You probably won't get like a good record of their involvement in the situation. Is the thing. So you really wouldn't know how to press charges according to this. But yeah, definitely the girl who did the fighting.
This is my thing. The reason I think everyone should get some sort of punishment, except there was one guy that he truly wasn't there. I guess his flight was delayed. So, I mean, he shouldn't get in trouble. He didn't know what happened. But why lie to the mother? So basically you're an accomplice. You witnessed the murder and you lied for
trying to cover it up.
Yeah, trying to cover it up. So you should get in some sort of trouble. Something. You could either stopped it from happening or told the truth. If I witness something like that, I'm telling on everybody. So y'all gonna have to get me too, because I'm telling. Like, I'm not about to go to jail for something that y'all like. No, I'm not. No, I'm not going to jail for nobody like that.
And then there comes the circumstantial thing. It's not that they lied to the mom. It's that they would have lied to the authorities. And that's the thing. And with our court system, it's about who could lie the best. Honestly, when it comes down to our court system versus the defendant versus the court system, it's whose lawyer could lie the best, or whoever's defending who could lie the best. And you know they're going to paint like certain scenarios, different types of situations. They're going to just muddy the waters, so to speak, and just make it seem like, it's just one big misunderstanding.
Yeah, I could tell you, and the field that I work in, I could tell you that there is going to be someone that's going to tell.
Oh yeah.
The first one who tells is going to be the one that gets in the least amount of trouble.
They're going to sing.
Telling, bro. I'm not even gonna sing. I'm telling before. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to call her mom. Hey, they killed your baby. I'm going to tell the authorities they did it. I didn't have nothing to do with this. I'm telling, because this is the thing. I'm either not going to be there, I'm not going to record it, or I'm going to try to stop it. Yeah. But if none of those work, and I'm a witness of it, oh yeah, I'm telling on everybody. I'm telling. Because this is the problem, especially in our culture. People are scared to be. You're not a snitch, bro. If you're not a criminal, you cannot be a snitch. Excuse me. You are a civilian. Civilians cannot be snitches.
True. Yeah, that's a good point.
You're only a snitch if you're if you're in that type of life. If you're involved, if you are a criminal, that's when you're a snitch. It's like me and you. We both go do something. We both commit a crime, right?
Yeah.
We agreed to commit this crime together. I would be a snitch if we get caught and I tell you, hey, it was all Ferg's idea. That's a snitch. Now, if me and you me and you doing something and you commit a crime and I had nothing to do with it and we both get caught and I tell you, that's not a snitch. I wasn't a part of this. So why should I go to jail or get in trouble for something I had no idea about? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I completely understand. And this is just another thing I was thinking of while you were saying that as a generation, and I feel like I'm included, and I'm kind of ashamed to say it too, we become numb to a lot of this stuff, a lot of the violence, a lot of things we see online, it's because we get information so fast, we get a lot of news so fast that it's kind of like an overload. So we become numb to some of these things that have happened. And the first thing, like we were talking about, a lot of things, the first thing we do, the first reaction whenever we see a fight or any type of crazy stuff like this, what we want to do, we take out our phones and record it. Because we want to put it on our timeline. We want to show it. We want to get the views. We want to get the notoriety because we were there. That's the wrong reaction. The reaction should be, if it's someone getting beat up, we should go defend that person if they're helpless. Or if it's someone who needs help, we need to go help that person. We need to show that human part of our, who we are, that human part of our character in order to help someone who needs it. But
absolutely, bro.
We're just numb.
It's about sickening.
This. We're just numb.
Think about it. And I'll address that point first. You're absolutely right. It's because we see it so much and so often. Think about this. Think about the takeoff situation. Why is everybody phones out? Why is no one calling the authorities? Why is nobody calling an ambulance? But the first thing people want to do is pull their phone out. I don't want to see this man's dead body on the internet. Think about Nipsey Hussle. We seen Takeoff's last breath. We seen Nipsey Hussle's last breath. We seen X's last breath. We seen all these people's last breath. But in the 90s, no one helping them. In the 90s, unless you were there, didn't see Tupac's last breath. Unless you were there, didn't see Biggie's last breath. You know what I mean? I'm using this just rappers as an example because those are people that we all know. But it's even just normal people. Why are people recording people's deaths? No one wants to see that. But now we're desensitized to it. Now it's just normal. You know what I mean? It's just a normal thing. And I can tell you in the field I work in, I see this kind of stuff anyway. And it's disturbing. It's disturbing. I can't sleep at night. You know what I mean? I have issues because of it. So this isn't normal. We're all desensitized to it and we're all messed up.
Yep.
So
it's a lot of things that have led to us kind of like getting at this point as far as like this generation not being able to connect with each other, not being able to talk to each other, start having these uncomfortable conversations. Things of this nature. It's kind of disheartening, but we have to do better. We have to
Bro,
do better as a generation, a people, and like you're saying, we have to do better as a culture altogether.
absolutely. We can end it on this.
Yeah.
Just think, these people left her dead body there. Why? They still did their whole trip and then went back home and left her body there. Her family had to cough up $6,000 to get her body back to North Carolina. They just left her there like nothing, like she meant nothing. How can you do that to somebody? Now that's the part.
How can you call yourself a? How can you call yourself a human? You know, I don't.
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
Just leaving someone's dead body, like
it's so
you have
crazy
to think about it.
bro.
What if that had? Wouldn't you want your family to know if something had happened to you?
Absolutely.
That way they could at least, that way they could, if it, God forbid if you had passed untimely, at least they have the closure to know what had happened to you. But now, it's a mystery. Now there's going to be this, why did this happen? Who was there? All this other stuff. So now instead of just being able to bury, their dead and just mourn them, have that time of mourning, now they have to go through this. Now they have to see basically their loved ones on the news, online, and social media, everywhere. Everyone being talked about.
Mm-hmm. There's no way you can get away from it. Just imagine
exactly.
mom or any siblings, cousins, they have to see this, and it's terrible. But to end it on a positive note, shout out to Kyrie Irving. She had a GoFundMe. He donated $65,000. So I know Kyrie in the last few weeks have been bashed in the media, but at the end of the day, he's a man of his actions. And whenever it comes to something in our community, Kyrie Irving steps up. But he doesn't get credit for that. The news doesn't report that. So
yeah, well, I mean, I saw that on my timeline, but yeah, of course, like you said, it's so controversial because a lot of times, most often the times, the news will report the bad things. They'll report the negative, report, things that are violent, the heartbreaking things, instead of like the good things that people are doing for the community and the culture. But people love controversy, so.
You're absolutely right, man. Absolutely right.
Yeah, no, but shout out to Kyrie.
Shout out to Kyrie and rest in peace. I want to mess her name up. Young, beautiful. She's a beautiful woman too. That's unfortunate.
I did see her picture. She's very beautiful.
Yep. So rest in peace, Shanquella Robinson. I'm sorry this happened to you. Our condolences to your family and friends. And we hope anyone who had anything to do with this gets justice served to them. So rest in peace.
Yeah, her memory will be honored by her loved ones, I'm sure.
Absolutely.